fans from all around the world, welcome back to another MPJ new album review show. Today I have the wonderful Andy and Paul. Welcome, guys.
Hello again. Hello.
Hello again. No Trish today. She's off on holidays. Lauren's nursing a rock and roll hangover, and Dom's working. But they have voted. So, nature of the show: we review the latest album, tell you what we thought, rate them out of 5. I guess 4 or more gets into Hall of Fame. More than 4.2 gets into Golden Halls, and if it gets the amazing more than 4.6, it will get a legendary MPJ legendary status. What are we reviewing today? Well, with some trepidation, I will explain why. We have a returning, another returning artist, The Darkness, and their new album Dreams on Toast. Why trepidation? Well, let's be brutally honest. Their previous album, Motorhead, didn't do very, very well at all. And in fact, out of the 510 albums, it is ranked 445th with a dismal 2.3. Suffice to say, we did not like that album. So, however, everybody, in my opinion, gets a second chance. Well, apart from like really bad prog rock bands, which I couldn't deliberate. Darkness deserves a second chance. So I decided to put Dreams on Toast in then. Now, Paul, you were there when we didn't like Motorhead. We didn't like it. Was this better? And if it was better, why? Why was it better, Paul?
Well, it all comes down to this, Nige. How do you like your Dreams on Toast? Do you like a thin scraping of Dreams? Do you want like it fully loaded up to the edges of your toast, or do you want it like dripping off the edges? You know, like butter and jam. And depending on your view on that is how you're going to judge this album. So look, over the years, it has been very hard, especially for me anyway, to take The Darkness too seriously, because let's face it, they don't seem to have taken themselves seriously over most of the time. However, for the 8th studio album, Justin Hawkins' over-the-top high notes are reined in, and although there is humorous takes on like Queen, AC/DC, ELO even, country music and so forth, this is a very pleasant album that took me by surprise. And the more I listened to it, the more I was able to appreciate what The Darkness have been trying to do over the years. And yeah, there was a thin layer of Dreams on Toast that was easy, digestible.
Trish has made some notes, so I'm going to squeeze the rose between two thorns, which is Trish, because it's a very quick one. She says, the opening track screams out ZZ Top big time, and it's a banger opening rock and roll party cowboy, which is exactly Justin Hawkins is, and he brings the party to the stage every time she's seen him live. This album shows a mature as a side to the band. Musically debated with a few cheeky lyrics, and I want them to change or any other way, and that's what The Darkness are. Whilst The Darkness aren't normally a band whose album I would pick on to listen to as such, it was a really enjoyable listen and solid offering for their adoring fans. Now, Andy, you weren't with us when we.
I wasn't. No.
No. So a fan of
the last album.
a fan of The Darkness, or not?
Well, this is their 8th album, so they've had multiple attempts at it, but I don't think anything can really sort of match up to their sort of their debut album, Permission to Land. That sort of landed like a sort of juggernaut as such back in the early 2000s. Justin Hawkins has somewhat sort of reconfigured himself, I think. He's got his YouTube channel now, and he's sort of become increasingly known for that, which sort of highlights and new music brings it probably to a larger masses than a lot of other things could do. The influences are always over the place, as they always are with The Darkness. But there's actually quite a lot of good songs on there, and I really enjoyed them all. The Darkness, some people say, are they a joke band? Are they satire? If you're not, they're not. But I think, it's a bit like a joke. You either get it or you don't. And I'm one of the ones which do get it and I do enjoy it. It's just a great fun, great album. And actually, the songs on this one are actually pretty damn good and pretty damn strong through for it. There's some really cool ballads. There's a very knowing song towards the end of it, which is "Walk in the Fire." Yeah, they know what they're doing, and they say, yeah, we're just here to do rock and roll and have fun for it. And you either buy into it or you don't. And I tell you, people don't, and people. But I think in this one, the music backs it up. So yeah, good. I've enjoyed it. So yeah.
Yeah, it's my expectations were incredibly low because I do think that they you know, he overdid it, Motorhead, on his voice, way overdid it, and it felt pretentious. Motorhead album. This did not feel in any way pretentious. It felt like, you know, he'd gone back and just gone like, you know, we're just going to do. He reined it right in, paused right, reined it in, and had fun. And Cold Hearted Woman, I Hate Myself, I just made it to my playlist. Absolutely, you know, guilty pleasure. Do you know, sometimes people like last year, like Travis and that sort of stuff, and you have a guilty pleasure. This was certainly one of them. I thoroughly enjoyed the album. I would put it on and I would happily listen to it. It was fun. It was very, very well produced, very well delivered, and I don't know, maybe he just gone just strip it back and just have some fun. And I tell you what, Justin, do some more country rock, because, you know, you delivered some of that and I liked it. I mean, I really liked it. I like that, you know. So I want to hear a bit more country rock, you know, country rock and roll, more to the taste, I think. I thought it was really good. And that was a lovely, pleasant surprise for the month. But what did everybody else think? Let's find out, shall we? Will it go from zero to hero? Will it all transform for the darkness in the world of MPJ? Will he enter the Hall of Fame even? Will he get more than an average of 4? Golden Hall, maybe? Who knows? Let's find out, shall we? Paul, then, let's start with you. What did you give the darkness?
Well, you'll be happy to hear I give it a 4.5.
What? Get that! Just drop the pen. 4.5. Wow, Andy.
Like you said, it was a guilty pleasure. So.
It was, yeah.
I'm a glutton for punishment as well, because I gave it a 4.5.
What? What a start! What a start! I give a 4, which is pretty good as well. Now then. Dom give it a 3.5. It's pretty good for Dom. Lauren give it a 3. So if Trish gives the darkness 3.5 or above, it will get into the Hall of Fame. Which, let's be honest, none of us would have expected it when we saw the darkness after Motorhead on that one. Trish give it a 3.5. So we dropped Lauren's 3, but the 3.5 gives it a score of 4, an average of 4. The darkness, everybody, is into our Hall of Fame. I mean, brilliant! Congratulations! I think that's fantastic. I mean, it's like, I mean, it's our 88th, because we got a lot of albums on 4. Probably about 20, but it's joint 88. It's in our top 100 albums of all time, so which is terrific. So what a lovely turnaround. See, second chance. Everybody should get a second chance.
When you say all time, you mean all time since we've started?
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah.
All time.
Well, MPJ of all time, which is let's be honest, is the only thing that counts these days. Really, let's be honest about it.
Okay.
You know, we're nearly up to 100 subscribers. They all agree.
No, it doesn't count.
Counts. It's MPJ. It's our world. It's MPJ world. Okay, it's the journey that we're on. So
Yeah, if
congratulations.
you've gone back and done Led Zeppelin or something like that, then you'd all
it
know.
would be interesting if you threw in some of the classics to see what type of.
Oh, do you know what? I'll tell you a little story. I'm not a fan of Pink Floyd. Not a fan of Pink Floyd. I think
No, neither am I. No.
And they had. I was on YouTube and they had a short top 10 rock bands of the 70s, and they had them ahead of something like they had them ahead of Queen and also the Who, and it just oh god, but at least they rated Led Zeppelin as the number one, which is fine.
Yeah, and I tell you what, do you know Reacher is on Prime, and the adverts they're doing for it, that rock song, and I'm thinking, I wonder how that album. I haven't listened to that album. I'll have to listen to that, and I wonder how that stands up by today, like, because it's a great track, So
yeah, which track are you talking about?
Oh, I can't remember now. Cry No More, I think it is.
Okay.
I can't remember the band. It's not one that rolls off my tongue, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, anyway, congratulations to Justin, to The Darkness. Welcome to the MPJ Hall of Fame. Thank you very much to you two. Thanks to Lauren, to Dom, and to Trish. Thank you to Andy and to Paul. Keep on rocking, and tune in for the next album, which is a brand new band. And we speak to you soon. Goodbye. Keep rocking.